beautiful one. So I just finished filming the video for you on the part 2 of the Introduction to Mindfulness Meditation for Beginners, a step-by-step guide. It's a 3-part series, so we are up to part 2. As you get more comfortable meditating, you may want to try doing your practice outside. It is a little more challenging because of bugs and just weather conditions, wind, things like that, but it is really meaningful to meditate outside. So if you haven't seen part 1, I'll put the link below to that. You do want to watch that short video. So I found a good spot near the water that I thought would make a nice place to practice and film. To get started here, you first have to be comfortable. You find a comfortable seated position. And we started with labeling. We introduced that concept, and we were simply labeling our breathing, our inhalation and our exhalation. We were simply labeling it rising when we inhale and falling when we exhale. And we covered that in the previous video. So now let's broaden it out. You can be meditating perfectly well, and then what will happen is something will catch your attention. Something will catch one of your senses. As you're sitting peacefully, minding your own business, you might become aware of a loud sound in the distance, or like a siren going by, for example. Or a bee comes buzzing by you very loudly, very close. Something that will pull your mind away, that will start your mind wandering. There may be multiple things that can distract you, and what we're going to do in order to bring the mind back is we're going to give whatever calls your attention, we're going to label what it is. So for example, if you start smelling food, instead of letting your mind run off into, oh wow, I wonder what they're making in the kitchen. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. Oh, but I'm on a diet. So I'm not sure I can eat that. I hope it's vegan. Instead of letting that happen, what you want to do is label it smelling. So you're smelling something. So you just come back to the bare minimum of what is happening. So you're smelling something. So smelling. If you hear a baby cry or children playing and it pulls your attention, label it hearing, and then bring your attention back to the breath. Okay, so the goal is not to fight with your mind to have no thoughts. In fact, that is not healthy, and that is not the goal. Okay, so the mind by its nature will want to wander. So this way you're training your mind to be more steady. So every time you're able to bring your mind back, that is a victory. You really have strengthened your mind. Okay, let's talk about thoughts. As I said, you may start to have a thought about what's being cooked for dinner, what's being made for breakfast, or you might have a thought about the past, about an argument that you had yesterday, or it could be an argument or a disagreement from 10 years ago. So the mind can move very, very quickly, and that's fine. Again, that's perfectly normal. What you want to do, if you notice that you've been pulled away by a thought, if you've been pulled away from the present moment, you label it. So you could say, thinking. Now, if it's the past, you could say, remembering. If you find, this was very common for me, I would find that I was going to the future. I would tend to go forward into the future, and I would start planning or daydreaming. And when I would catch myself, then go ahead and just label it planning, softly in your mind. And then once you notice you've come back to the present moment, bring yourself back to the breath. So again, that is a powerful moment. When you catch the mind wandering, very gently, very lovingly, like you were training a puppy, you just bring it back where you want it to be. The gentleness is important, and the recognition of the mind wandering is really, really key. That is the training of the mind. So you only use the label if something pulls you away from the breath. In the third and final video in the series, we will be talking about what to do if you have discomfort or pain and physical sensations when you're meditating, and also how doing mindfulness meditation helps you in daily life as a result of all the things that you have practiced while you're seated, while you're actually meditating. Thank you so much for meditating with me. Namaste. Please give the video a thumbs up if you got anything at all from it, and ask your questions in the comments. We'll see you soon for part 3.